with him. We just saw Wings of a Butterfly here on What You Want. They're here to promote their 6th album in which Mige actually plays his first bass solo ever.
How did it feel, Mige?
It felt like a tactical blunder. Do you know, like the big Allied offense to Gallipoli in the First World War?
That's how it felt like?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but it was impressive, of course. Even
which one?
Even a good blunder.
All the
big,
bass solo.
Big blunders are always impressive afterwards.
Fair enough. Especially when they happen in the bog.
Yep. We've got some questions from the Channel V message board. From some of your fans.
No more
who want
questions
that are really important to the hymn community. These are really, really important questions. Binger asks, which way does the toilet flush in Finland?
Which way?
Oh, does it mean the maelstrom?
I was thinking whether it's like bursting out. So.
I don't know. But definitely, if you take a look at the excrement, I would say it goes clockwise. But that's what you wanted to know, for Christ's sake. Don't ask if you don't want to know.
You
can't tell it just by the water. You have to look at the object in the water.
These need to be asked.
That's a fascinating question. I haven't speculated upon that.
I think so. Well, to be...
When I was vomiting blood.
Which way did it twirl when you vomited on the,
And did it go a pink colour?
But that was in Los Angeles, so...
Right.
No, I must break the myth. It's a myth.
All right.
They all swirl.
Okay.
In the same direction. I can't remember which it is, though.
Thank you very much. I'm so glad we've got that answered. Evil Monkey from the hills in Sydney wants to know, what do you do when said toilet freezes over? Because it's so cold in Finland, right? Surely the toilets must freeze.
I think that's like a philosophical question more than actual. So obviously the toilets don't actually freeze. And I bet he knows it too, so he wants some kind of a philosophical impact on your toilet behavior.
Well, like some kind of like Big Lebowski type of one-liner.
Yeah. Like welcome to the world of pain.
No, enter the world of pain.
Oh, enter. Sorry.
Enter the world of pain. So, we shall return to this question after I've finished my Rites of Luna.
All right, then. Sounds like a plan. Are you a fan of any Australian musicians or bands? And that's from Sophie Loves It.
Sophie. Well, Sophie. Oh, there was we didn't go to the statue of Bon Scott.
Bon Scott.
Which they have erected in the city of Perth we just left. But that was because of jet lag.
Well, it's tough to say also, so I guess the Young Brothers, they were originally born in England.
Were they now?
That's what I understood, so it's kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I always thought it was an Scottish band.
Oh, they're Scottish?
No, Angus Young, they're Scottish, you're right.
Malcolm and Angus.
Yeah.
But whatever, so that's basically the big, AC/DC, that's the big band.
Because you're a big AC/DC fan, aren't you?
Well, who isn't?
Yeah.
If somebody starts, the basic gospel, the hymn, which every aspiring musician should know is a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. So they're great albums. They work in tour buses beautifully, and they work when you're hungover. They work when you're sober. They work when you're out of your mind. So it's a beautiful band.
Is a Wolfmother also band?
They're from here.
They are very nice.
Big favourites.
Well, Silverchair, they're from here as well.
Yep.
But they haven't done anything in a while.
Oh, no, they're...
Not at least across the pond.
Well, maybe across the pond here. They've gone to #1 with their latest record, which was released late last year.
Oh, really? I still haven't heard that one. Okay.
Neon Ballroom, I think it's called.
Neon Ballroom?
No, it's not. What is it?
No, that was the one before.
No, you're right. I can't remember.
God.
Straight lines. It's got straight lines on it anyway. While you're in Melbourne, go to AC/DC Lane, which is a street that's been renamed in honour of AC/DC.
Well, what's there? Is there a lot of like AC/DC stuff?
Absolutely. There's graffiti and everything, all sorts. You've got to get your photo taken in AC/DC Lane. Come on. Goes without saying.
How long is the street?
It's a lane.
It's a lane.
There's a rock bar on it.
So basically, you're like. You're trying to figure out whether you're going to go there, based on the length of the lane.
Well, I want to know if it's far from the hotel.
Oh,
if it's worth going. If there is enough AC/DC coverage. to be a
Something completely not rock right now that we're going to have a look at is the new Gnarls Barkley video. Now, this features Justin Timberlake dressed up as a 70s dance show host, kind of doing aerobics dance.
I've seen big pictures of it.
Yeah. So let's have a look. Hey, it's Mige and Ville and Jane hanging out with you on What You Want. And we've got the boys here. Now, Ville, you said you wrote your first song at the age of 13. Do you remember that song? What was it about?
I didn't write the lyrics for it, though.
No, just music?
No, actually, the first one was probably when I was about 9.
Yeah.
It was like an Iron Maiden-inspired bass instrumental. And it didn't have a title. But then the first proper song I wrote, I didn't write the lyrics for, so I played drums in a band called Aurora. And that's how I met Linde, a guitar player, for the first time. And it was a total rip-off of Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. But, no.
How do you know when you've written a really good song? Do you feel it?
By the amount of money in my bank account after a year. Well, it's like, you know, to such an extent it does, you know, it's fascinating when you write a song, you know, sitting somewhere, you know, on your couch back home playing acoustic guitar, and after, you know, various different stages of the process of getting the song ready and getting it out into the stores, it's fascinating to see how it kind of like starts to live its own life. So it's you know, I don't know, you know, song that makes me forget the world for a second as I write it. That's a successful song for me.
Sounds good.
On a like philosophical level.
We'll be back with him. We're going to have a look at the presets with my people here on What You Want. Don't go away. So we've got the boys from him here on What You Want. They're currently in Australia and promoting their 6th album, Lead Well, in which we're going to have a look at a song for in just a tick. But
the album's called Venus Doom, by the way.
Venus Doom.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Now you call it Venus Doom because Venus is the god of love.
VD, venereal disease.
Did we have to go there?
No, we didn't. You asked for it. It's all your fault. Yeah. But Bleed Well, yeah, it's a beautiful song.
Yeah?
BD, you know, BD's is bleeding well and all that, you know.
Bleeding's a common theme with you. I mean, you vomit blood.
Well, you know, that goes. Hopefully you don't.
So you've got some more shows in Australia and then you're taking a well-deserved break, yeah?
Yeah. We're definitely in dire need of break.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I think you need to buy some clothes when you're in Australia. Fantastic pyjama pants because you're wearing.
Yeah. I must say I maybe should have.
Maybe you should. Well, maybe you shouldn't have come here at all.
Yeah.
In this country.
Yeah. Yeah, if you start at the basics, you know, that would have been better.
Now, in this video, Ville, that we're going to have a look at, you're wearing the T-shirt, which is the name of your father's sex shop.
Oh, yeah.
Does he still own the sex shop?
He does work there, yeah.
Have you ever gotten behind the counter and sold a few items here and there?
Back when I was 17, but it wasn't very convincing since, you know, when you're 17, a lot of people who come in, they want something, they want, like, professional knowledge on the items they're selling over there. And when I was 17, I hadn't had the time to shove every piece of plastic.
I have you by now.
That's another question. Yeah. But at that time, I wasn't very convincing.
And what about now?
Do you have the knowledge about the appliances? No.
Let's say the knowledge has grown bit by bit. But, you know when I take the occasional break from bleeding, you know, the orifices shall be, you know, filled with, you know, stuff made in Denmark.
Do you know more about
Levetra,
kitchen appliances or sexual appliances?
They're the same, aren't they?
They can be.
Exactly.
A blender.
Indeed, a tactical blender.
Oh, yeah. You blend your tactical spots. Well, that didn't make any sense.
I'm not sure anything does anymore, really.
Yeah, but I thought it doesn't. Yeah.
But listen, it was
Bleed
great.
Well.
Bleed Well, yes. It was great to meet you. Thanks for joining us on What You Want. We are going to have a look at your video. I would be so honoured if you could introduce this in your native language of Finnish to the What You Want audience.
Laitetaan nyt kivasti tästä. Bleed Well.
Kikkeli.
That just sounded African.
Kikkeli.
Pylly. There we go.
Kikkeli.